Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be watching
First glance, TikTok
TikTok
appears to be an
mysteries.
app for viral trends,
Let me make
video
sure my audio
memes,
good.
and of course, dances. So
Yup.
many dances.
So many.
But it turns out, as you scroll through your For You page, you might accidentally scroll too far, discovering the terrifying mysteries that lie beneath TikTok's surface. From possessed planes to robotic royals, let's check out and attempt to solve some baffling TikTok mysteries that the internet wasn't prepared
Bro,
for.
hold on. What the fuck is she doing right now, bro? She got a hanger. Like, what is these photos? This nigga got is on a game and app, bro. I can't pause it. This video is 29 minutes. Let me chill.
Extra apartment.
I heard of this.
Alicia Keys once said that New York is where dreams are made of. A quote that's as inspiring as it is grammatically confusing. Unfortunately, though, some dreams are nightmares. And in 2021, a New Yorker called Samantha Hartsoe uncovered a very unnerving mystery in her Big Apple apartment.
What?
It all began when Samantha realized she could feel a draft coming from her bathroom, a light breeze blowing straight through the mirror. A vent, perhaps, or some faulty insulation? Well, Samantha wishes.
Oh my gosh. Nah. She went inside there? Or she just put her phone
Everybody
there?
in New York wants a bigger apartment, but Samantha's was hiding an entire extra room hidden behind her mirror. Now, most people would probably call their landlord or the cops as quickly as possible, but New Yorkers aren't the type to back down. Instead, Samantha grabbed a hammer for protection and climbed through the hole,
Oh my gosh.
discovering that the secret room was actually an entire second apartment. She found a lot of dirt, dust, and signs that somebody had been living there, finding trash bags, opened boxes, and a bottle of water. Hey, at least the monster in the walls is staying hydrated. Luckily, Samantha didn't find a squatter and was able to climb out of the hidey hole and seal it back up. The next update came almost a year later in March
The fuck you
2020.
mean you sealed it back up? You ain't tell nobody, my nigga? I mean, because you wasn't gonna go back there, bro.
Too. Apparently, Samantha's landlord ignored her calls
But maybe,
for
I don't
several
know, put
months
something in front of it?
before explaining that the hidden room was
Okay.
just another apartment under construction. However, Samantha noted that she never heard any construction noises coming from next door, even though the apartments were directly connected through the mirror hole. The landlord also refused to explain why there was a hole between the two apartments. Samantha's calls for more information were ignored, and one day, she found that a wall had been secretly built on the other side of the mirror hole.
Wow.
Samantha's apartment was finally sealed and safe. However, the mystery of why the mirror hole was there was never truly solved.
You should have done that yourself.
They say that New York is the city that never sleeps, and even the slight possibility of someone living just beyond an easily accessible secret entryway to my apartment has given me a few sleepless nights. Pacing intruder. Now, what would you do if you saw a creepy stranger pacing around the edge of your property every day? Call the cops? Buy a weapon? Or would you just film him and upload it onto TikTok? That's what family TikToker Betson Angel did back in 2020. When she saw the same mysterious figure pacing back and forth on the outskirts of her property for weeks. The man aimlessly meandered for hours, barely visible in the shadow of the tree line. But strangest of all, as the TikToker attempted to film him for a better look, he appeared almost glitchy, disappearing and reappearing as he moved. Whether or not that was due to poor camera quality, after a few days of the man's recurring presence, the family's dog started to freak out at night, running straight to the gate outside and barking like crazy.
Dang.
You see.
Wait, is this actually her property? Or is it just like, cause you know, I don't know. I ain't ready to get into it.
With the dogs barking, suggesting the man was also present out there in the dark at night, the family decided
Nigga, the fuck? Go back.
to confirm, suggesting the man was also present out.
Who the fuck is this? Do you not see this nigga hitting the Hitting the one
Out there in
the
the dark
Fortnite dance, my nigga.
at night, the family decided to
Y'all not
confront
see
the
that?
stranger, approaching the man's daily walking spot to figure out what he was doing. However, for the first time in weeks, he wasn't there. Regardless, they decided to call out to the man in case he happened to be lurking.
Hello? Is anybody there?
So why didn't y'all just wait until y'all saw him again?
What was that?
I don't know.
Do you need help?
Their shouts were
What
met
the
with
fuck?
eerie moans echoing through the woods. Listen again.
No, I
The
mean,
family
what is
fled,
that?
thoroughly unnerved. But from that point on, they began hearing those same moans every night right outside their home.
Oh,
These
nah,
events
bro.
culminated with the husband running outside with a gun to confront the intruder, but he was unable to find anybody out in the dark. At this point, the wife uploaded 2 teary updates, explaining that the wailing sounds were growing worse, resulting in sleepless nights, and the family were planning on upgrading their security system.
Yeah.
Viewers waited anxiously for an update, but the TikTok account never posted again, and the family's
Wow.
fate is a mystery to this day. It still isn't clear whether the intruder was a malevolent spirit, a certified creeper, or merely the creation of a family struck bored in the midst of COVID lockdowns.
True.
Either way, the mystery will only ever be solved if the family post another update, assuming they're still alive to tell the tale.
Alright, calm down now, bro.
Nightmare at 30,000 feet.
Oh, wait, this is
Are
real,
you scared
bro.
of flying? No? Well, maybe you should be. It turns
Have
out
you ever
there
been
are
on an airplane?
scarier things than airplane food. And back in 2019, TikToker Melody Zaragoza discovered a real nightmare at 30,000 feet. While flying from Orlando to San Diego, Melody's flight experienced some terrifying turbulence, the plane bouncing up and down violently. At this point, the flight attendants grew frantic, running up and down the aisles as the plane was thrown around. Suddenly, the in-flight entertainment screens exploded with green static, bathing the cabin in a very sinister glow.
That's not real, bro. There's no way this is real. And then, there's no way this is real. This nigga got these weak-ass emojis on here, too, bro. This shit was made on a computer, bro. This shit was edited on a computer Android or something, bro. There's no way this shit is real, bro. Like, imagine you on an airplane, and for some reason, you decide to put ghosts and aliens in there, mid-flight, mid turbulence or whatever.
The
saying that shit
seemingly
was going up and
possessed
down.
plane then dropped, falling for a split second before mercifully returning back to normal, at which point the plane's electronics resumed their usual function. Melody's fans
I need to see what that
theorized
blurry
the
screen
event was
is, bro.
caused by aliens or spirits, while other more cynical TikTokers agree that it was just a glitch in the plane's electronics. It turns out, in-flight entertainment glitches happen all the time, a problem that can be caused by electrical storms outside the plane, something that would also explain the flight's turbulence. Either that, or somebody's
What is this
phone
camera angle?
wasn't in airplane mode. Either way, the situation certainly wouldn't have eased the nerves of anybody on board with a fear of flying. Spectral sports car. With autopilot and built-in video games, Teslas
Nah,
are
built-in video games
famous for their
crazy.
high-tech gadgets and special features. But it turns out the cars have one special feature that Elon kept quiet: the ability to detect ghosts. Teslas come equipped with a collision prevention system, the dashboard alerting the driver to vehicles and people around the car. On Mother's Day 2022, a fellow called Edgar went to lay flowers on his
Edgar?
mom's grave, driving his Tesla down to the local cemetery. As Edgar drove past the empty graveyard, his futuristic car felt more horror than sci-fi, as it started to detect invisible humans walking around him.
Oh no, but the background music is crazy.
After Edgar shared the footage, other netizens started to upload their own examples of the same phenomenon.
Still nothing. Oh, wait. There he goes. There's one. Oh, right there. All right. I stopped right here because this keeps walking and then it just disappears and comes right back up. But look, headstones.
If these creepy videos are to be believed, then the world is full of environmentally conscious ghosts who pop out to admire the electric vehicles each time a Tesla drives by. However, some more cynical netizens soon stepped forward to
Why
explain
is
the
there
mystery
emoji over
and
both
debunk
heads?
the videos, attributing the phenomenon to a flaw with the Tesla's detection system. Apparently, the gravestones in a cemetery are the right size and shape to be flagged up by the Tesla, the cars mistaking them for a person. In another TikTok uploaded by Edgar, you can see that the Tesla's detection scanner is actually picking up on a tall floral arrangement it drives past. This suggests that in many cases, the malicious spirits that terrified millions of TikTok users and Tesla drivers were really just pretty flowers, gravestones, and other vaguely human-shaped objects. Paranormal Pennsylvania. Let's move from faulty cars to freaky
cold.
roads.
I'm cold.
In 2021, a TikToker called Sean's discovered something strange in Pennsylvania. A road that had turned into slime.
Dummy, what? Come on, bro.
As the TikToker put his hand against the road, he was able to grab it, lifting it with his fingers. After encountering this intriguing asphalt, Sean's turned to TikTok to ask what could have caused the phenomenon. Some commenters pointed out that the road looks like it may have melted, and although Pennsylvania isn't exactly known for its asphalt melting weather, the truth isn't far off. Turns out, when a road cracks in the winter, some local governments fill the gaps with a tar-like substance in a process called crack filling. Crack filling is only a temporary fix to prevent further damage, and when summer rolls back around, the sun occasionally melts the filler into a sticky goo that we see in the TikTok. Not the most practical thing, but it sure looks fun to play with.
No, it does not.
Spooky sparkles. They say that all that glitters isn't gold, and one TikToker proved it, showing that sometimes people glitter too.
What the fuck?
Back in 2021, TikToker Hot Like
Who grown
Fire
that man throwing fucking sparkles on yourself, on your
started
do-rag, on
uploading
your
videos
face?
of her brother, asking her fans why his skin and clothes were sparkling like a disco ball.
Oh,
These
I'm
sparkles
tripping.
weren't visible to the naked eye, but after being lit up on a phone camera with the flash on, the teenager started sparkling from head to toe. The confusion lasted for a couple of weeks, until finally, after searching through his room, she discovered the source of the mystery. A reflective jacket like this. Jackets like this use a material called retroreflective
That can
sheeting,
rub off.
a fabric that, when a beam of light hits it directly, reflects it straight back, causing the entire jacket to burst with light. The angelic illusion captured on TikTok was caused after the TikToker's brother put all of his clothes through the wash with his jacket, the retroflective material rubbing off onto the other clothes. The flecks of shiny material got everywhere, and unless the kid wants to go on looking like Elton John, he might have to invest in a whole new wardrobe.
Nah, that's crazy.
Royal robots. Great Britain, the land of tea, crumpets, and the royal family. To some people, King Charles is just an old man with big ears. To others, he's a lizard person in disguise, ruling the world with a reptilian fist. Now, these claims are obviously ridiculous. The royal family aren't lizards, they're robots. At least, they certainly look like it in this clip.
Nah, she dead ass look like a robot though, you can't even lie.
When these videos of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appeared online, TikTokers started to theorize that the royal couple were a couple of androids, noting their dead eyes and plastic-looking skin. Some netizens genuinely believe, noting their
Eat a nigga in the background look like a fucking robot, bro.
dead eyes and
That nigga is not
plastic-looking
moving.
skin. Some netizens genuinely believed that the TikToks were proof that the royal family were cyborgs, keeping their eyes peeled for loose wires and scanning the internet for footage of King Charles doing the robot. It turns out the explanation behind the mystery doesn't come from the deep state. It comes from Madame Tussauds. In case you don't know, Madame Tussauds are a chain of waxwork museums around the world, known for their displays of celebrities and historical figures. The robotic royals in the clips we just saw were a new Madame Tussauds exhibition called Live Figures, where paid actors don hyper-realistic masks that will allow fans to meet their favorite celebrities in person. And while the
Wow.
trial run with Meghan and Harry got a lot of publicity, when the Live Figures exhibit expands to more celebrities, I imagine most people will be too terrified to go see them, judging by how creepy the trial versions are. In fact, it would have been arguably less creepy if the royal family had actually turned out to be real robots.
I don't know about that.
The Hanger Challenge. Mad scientists are a staple of classic horror films, and back in 2020, thousands of TikTokers took part in a crazy science experiment of their
My nigga,
own.
was y'all part of this TikTok trend, bro? I must not be on TikTok enough because I ain't never heard of this.
This experiment left them looking a little crazy, requiring them to put clothing hangers on their heads.
I have heard about this hanger thing, that it makes your head move.
Dubbed the Hanger Challenge, TikTokers discovered that if you put a clothing hanger on your head, it causes your neck to automatically rotate to the side. This head-turning movement looks like TikTok mind control.
Dub, I'm gonna
But it
try
turns
that.
out this hanger reflex is a phenomenon.
Yeah, them niggas was lying, bro.
Phenomenon that's
Them niggas
been
was lying,
documented
bro.
since the 90s. In fact, a study in
lying.
2015 found that 95.8% of participants unconsciously turned their heads when they placed
Nah,
hangers
bro.
over their temples. Scientists aren't totally sure why this happens,
cap.
but they theorize that the phenomenon
No.
may be caused
I
by
promise you I
friction
just tried it.
between
I
the
wasn't
hanger
trying it
and
on
your skin,
camera, though.
as the tight hanger pulls the skin on your forehead to one side, subtly encouraging you to turn to release the pressure. This hypothesis makes sense, but some skeptical TikTokers doubt the whole thing, showing their heads resisting the hangers every time. And after seeing this TikTok, I headed straight to my wardrobe, stuck a hanger on my head, and felt like an idiot because my neck didn't turn at all.
Facts.
Well, perhaps the effect only works on some people under certain conditions. But why don't you try out the hanger challenge and let me know how it goes in the
What kind
comments
of hangers
below.
you niggas got?
Just
What is that?
maybe don't use plastic like
Wow.
this guy.
use a
Internet
plastic hanger.
explorers. Back in the day, adventurers would set sail on grand voyages, traveling to the deepest, darkest corners of the globe to uncover new mysteries. Today, we have Google Earth, technology that makes Christopher Columbus look like a real tryhard. TikToker Hidden on Google Earth solely uses the apps to uncover Earth's hidden mysteries. And back in 2021, they stumbled across something strange in the Nevadan desert.
Dummy. What is going on, bro?
Thousands of terrified netizens took to the comments, attributing the strange location to aliens, ghosts, or some kind of satanic cult. That was until somebody in the comments came along to ruin the fun. It turns out this location is actually the Goldwell Open Air Museum, an outdoor ghost town sculpture park near the Death Valley Desert. The ghostly figures are examples of artwork by Albert Zukalski, the sculptor creating a ghostly rendition of a
Nice.
spirit on a bike, and Jesus' Last Supper. This artwork is pretty haunting,
Nice.
but if the TikToker had explored the location a bit further, it would have been clear that Goldwell isn't all about ghosts and ghouls, the location boasting some decidedly less scary artwork. But hey, if you want to stick with the much more fun alien ghost theory, I won't stop you.
I will.
Troubling TikToks. From one explorer to another, back in 2020, a TikToker called Brendan started uploading videos of himself exploring creepy abandoned buildings. Everything was going well until Brendan uploaded a TikTok of himself lost in an underground tunnel, explaining to his followers that he couldn't find his way out. Unnerved followers
No,
began
bro.
asking Brendan if he needed help, but he didn't respond, simply uploading more videos over the next few days. It looked like Brendan had finally made it out of the tunnel, finding himself in a series of abandoned churches, factories, and hospitals. As he walked around these buildings, his video captions grew more cryptic, featuring variations of the words, "Where am I? Wake up, help, and run." He claimed that he could hear voices whispering to him, and in one video, he filmed a wall panel with the words, "Let me out," scrawled across it. Whatever lurked behind the panel was never revealed, but at this point, Brendan's audience was getting freaked
Yeah, I hope you
out.
do not open that,
The
buddy.
TikToks became more and more frantic,
I don't know
until
why you doing
Brendan
this, bro.
posted a final video explaining that it was time for him to wake up and rejoin the real world. Brendan's fans held their breath, waiting 10 days for his next upload, and this is what they got.
Everyone, welcome back to the tutorial. Today this is the tutorial. Welcome to my TikTok to dig a hole.
This nigga
Well,
went
that strange
insane,
vid
bro.
could have been interpreted either as a joke or as a sign that Brendan had suffered some kind of breakdown or an impromptu lobotomy. The joke interpretation ultimately proved to be the truth. As Brendan's TikTok started uploading surreal comedy videos and vlog-style jokes, it became clear that the previous videos were all part of an alternate reality game, a type of interactive storytelling that allows internet users to tell a fictional story presented as reality. Hindsight is 20/20, but looking back, it was pretty obvious. After all, how would Brendan have charged his phone while lost in the tunnels?
Facts.
And if he could access the internet to upload onto TikTok, he obviously could have used GPS maps to find his way out. The reveal showed that Brendan hadn't lost his mind, and his 90,000 worried followers could finally sleep at night, escaping nightmares of abandoned churches and
Nah,
two
buddy.
haunting words, "Wake up."
You're wild.
Cosmos Medics.
Cosmos Medics.
Sometimes a mystery can appear when you least expect it, like a gentle breeze from your bathroom mirror, a stranger in the woods, or a harmless tube of lip gloss tucked at the bottom of your makeup bag.
The fuck? Yo. What was that? Yo.
That incredible TikTok from Brina85 wasn't filmed in outer space or the upside down, and Brina isn't the only TikToker who's observed the phenomenon.
What? I can hold upwards and it'll do that. What is it doing? What is this?
These crazy cosmetics left a lot of netizens scratching their heads. But luckily, YouTuber Steve Mold was on the case, analyzing the videos to figure out the answer behind the mystery. Mold discovered that the solution was rooted in science, not sci-fi. The phenomenon simply caused by static electricity. When an object has a negative static charge, it's drawn to positively charged objects, like your positively charged hair lifting towards a negatively charged balloon after you rub it on your head. Just like a magnet, something that's negatively charged will also repel other negatively charged things.
Yeah.
A person's skin can become statically charged through friction, for example, rubbing your feet across a carpet. And in all likelihood, Brina's skin had a high static charge when she picked up the lip gloss, transferring some of her charge onto it. When Brina pulled the applicator out of its container, the long strands of lip gloss on the end of the stick became charged, causing the molecules to repel each other. This caused a strand of makeup to be propelled into the air, the force being enough to briefly overcome gravity, while the gloss globules were pushed away from the other charged globs. This simple science trick finally explains Brina's creepy cosmetics, and it also proves that you don't need rocket science to feel like you're doing makeup on the moon. Randonauts. During the lockdowns of 2020, we were all looking for a reason to get out of the house. So it isn't any surprise that netizens started downloading the Randonautica app.
What?
Randonautica promises users adventure, generating random coordinates on a map in
Oh,
the
wow.
user's general area for the user to seek out. Before embarking on your trip, you input a keyword for the type of thing you want to find on your journey. And, claiming to utilize pseudo-scientific principles like the law of attraction, the app will deliver what you seek in some form or another. For example, one user on Reddit asked the app to show them love, and Randonautica map led them to a location where they discovered 2 lip-locked gnomes outside someone's house. The coordinates generated by Randonautica are indeed completely random, so the app leading people to their
threw them
intentions
towards a
seems
strip club.
purely coincidental, depending on your beliefs. However, there are several cases of Randonautica journeys leading users to some unsettling locations. TikToker Gothboy Thrift's trip led
Dummy,
him and
what
his
is your
friend
name?
straight to the entrance of a graveyard before taking them to a specific pair of graves that bore the TikToker's surname.
Beneath.
As Gothboy Thrift Googled the names on the gravestones, he discovered that they belonged to 2 of his distant relatives.
Wow.
Similarly, other TikTokers discovered sinister mannequins,
No, bro.
coffins,
No, bro. What are y'all looking up?
threatening figures.
No way let it to her. There's no way a TikTok, not even TikTok, an app led it to an actual fucking person. There's no, nigga, is that a real person? The fuck is she doing?
Whatever was wrong with the angry-looking individual discovered in the last one, the fact that the keyword the user had inputted into the app was evil made the whole sitch so much creepier. Creepiest of all, Randonautica made the news in 2020 after leading a different group of teenagers straight to an undiscovered dead body. Despite all this, Randonautica isn't quite as terrifying as it seems. When you look at the code behind Randonautica, it truly is just a random number generator, and the vast majority of users find nothing, ending up in boring, empty fields. It's also worth noting that even when randonauts do find something that matches their intentions, the links are often pretty tenuous. Take the romantic Redditor who found the gnomes. Some people believe that finds like this are a case of confirmation bias. If you enter almost any location looking for something that symbolizes something as vague and open-ended as love or evil, you're pretty likely to find something fitting the bill in the general area. For every one Redditor who finds a coffin, there are literally thousands who find nothing. That being said, some of these finds do remain pretty darn creepy. And if people keep stumbling across crime scenes, I'm not going to download it anytime soon.
Yeah, I ain't doing that, bro.
A motherly mystery. Understandably, a new mother's body goes through a lot of changes during and after pregnancy and childbirth. TikToks and images from one young mother in particular went viral online in 2020 after her body started going through some mysterious asymmetrical changes. As you can see, the TikToker was pretty concerned, but luckily, she wasn't the only mother experiencing the mysterious problem. The TikToker found a lopsided ally in Abby Herbert, a family influencer with millions of followers. When Abby started breastfeeding her newborn, the baby was a fussy eater, only feeding from the right side, leading to, this.
Someone forgot to remind me what could happen if you let your baby only feed on one boob.
It turns out when a baby only feeds from one side, the mother's body starts
100%, bro. I might as well write this down, bro.
While producing far less on the other. When Abby asked her millions of followers if the phenomenon was normal, hundreds of moms flooded to the comments to explain that they'd suffered similar changes. The mystery
Yeah,
was
making sure I
solved,
tell my wife this
and Abby
information,
was
bro.
eventually able to equal out her milk production and return to a more even distribution. Probably for the breast. The best. A real whodunit. Book talkers are TikTokers who are all about the written word. Their content generally centering around book reviews and recommendations. Most of the mystery in a book talker's life comes from detective novels and horror stories. However, back in 2021, 25 book talkers found themselves confronted with a real-life riddle, each one receiving a mysterious package in the mail. Each package contained a never-before-seen book titled A Broken Blade, written by an anonymous author. They also received a wax-sealed letter and a cipher. The author tasking the book talkers with uncovering their identity. As you can imagine, book talkers are pretty good at reading in between the lines. and they soon began to make progress decoding the cipher's nonsensical letters and numbers. As they tried to decode the sentence, the anonymous author started posting clues on TikTok, posting images with certain letters capitalized. With these clues, a team of book talkers were finally able to solve the cipher.
The clues said this book was written by Melissa Blair, Miigwech for playing along.
So, the TikTokers had
Miigwech.
beat the challenge. As you just heard, the complete sentence was, this book was written by Melissa Blair, Miigwech for playing along. The word Miigwech means thank you in Ojibwe, a language used by several groups of indigenous people in North America. Suitably, Melissa Blair is an indigenous Canadian book talker turned writer, Broken Blade marking her first ever novel.
Nice.
And with her impressive attention-grabbing publicity stunt completed,
Nice.
Broken Blade could be released to the public with Melissa's name on the cover. The
Nice.
Book Talk mystery received so much publicity, Melissa signed a multi-book deal with publishers Union Square & Co.
Amazing
Considering
marketing,
Melissa's
buddy.
career was jump-started by a combo of her own ingenuity and her fellow book talkers' commitment to mysteries, she can truly say Miigwech to TikTok for her emerging success. So, that about wraps up our TikTok mysteries. Which mystery scared...
I made a video right there, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I don't know why I'm getting teary right now. But hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.